Like everyone else affected by the pandemic, the Goddard schools have learned and are still learning a lot. Dennis Maple is the president and CEO of Goddard Systems, and he's joined by pediatrician Dr. Jack Maple. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I'm happy to have you here. So let's just start out with what every parent wants to know. What are the safety protocols that parents should look for in child care centers?
Great question, Elsa. Since the beginning of the pandemic, our team at Goddard has really been studying ways that we can ensure that our environments are safe, emotionally supportive of children when they're in the environment, and also our faculty. So one of the first things you're going to see when you come to one of our Goddard schools is that at the entrance to the school, you're going to be met by one of our professionals. They're going to do a quick observation of your child. They're going to meet you there with a big smile on their face. They'll take the temperature of the child. And then rather than having the parent walk to the child's classroom, we're going to have one of our staff members take your child from that entryway back into their classroom. Once they're in the classroom, you're going to see a really heightened sense of focus on sanitation, making sure that we're cleaning high-touch areas, making sure that we are encouraging kids to follow what have become the CDC guidelines around social distancing, covering their mouth with their hand when they cough, with their sleeve when they cough, making sure that they're constantly washing their hands, and certainly not congregating to the best of our ability. So those are some of the things that you would see in one of the Goddard schools today.
And how real is the risk of children spreading COVID-19?
So we're attacking that from two standpoints. One, we're implementing the operating guidelines that we've talked about, which again focus on personal responsibility for hygiene, making sure that the operating environment is crisp and clean, and that we have a relentless focus on safety and reminding everyone, faculty included, of what we need to do individually to remain safe.
Anything that involves changing behaviors or teaching kids in a nurturing way how to adopt safer ways of preventing spread is exactly what we're about. And so it's building this together, this sort of collection of behaviors which keep kids and staff and families safer and allow kids to really thrive in the school environment. And so we're all about that.
And what are some of the ways that parents can emotionally prepare their young children to return to the classroom?
Sure. That's really an important component of this entire virus scenario that we're dealing with, is making sure that kids understand what is going to transpire. So the first thing, of course, is that parents have to be educated around what's going on, what should they expect. And then we encourage parents to make sure they're talking to their children before they return to school. And the ways that we're doing this is we're having teachers call parents, we're having our directors and franchisees call parents, really to discuss those questions that they may have and to give them encouragement, insight, and perspective. And then, of course, it's up to the parent to make sure that they're able to convey this to their child. Likewise, we have these Parenting Under 5 videos on our website, which deal with all sorts of subjects such as COVID-19 risk. When is it appropriate to return your child to school? Again, the intent here is to make sure parents are well prepared and that their children are looking forward to joining us back at Goddard.
Well, it's also cold and flu season. How do we prepare for that on top of all of this?
Operationally inside of our schools, we're going to continue to execute these interim operating protocols that are consistent with what CDC and state and local guidelines encourage us to do. And Dr. Maypole, I know you're treating a lot of students as well.
We certainly are treating it, and it is certainly something that we talk about when we describe everything we're talking about here: the hand washing, the masking, the social distancing, and being very sanitary and hygienically minded. In addition, sort of going into the deeper part of cough and cold and flu season with COVID is getting a flu shot. So advocating kids get a flu vaccine when they are of age, and that as appropriate, you get flu vaccine for other members of the family. All of these things together create, really sort of additive layers of protection, which minimize the likelihood of contagion and spread against all illness. And that's what we're all about. So kids can be healthy, go to school, and thrive.
And where should we go for more information?
So the best place to get more information is at our website, and that website is GoddardSchool.com. Again, that's GoddardSchool.com.
All right. Thank you both for being here. Really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland.